Hi, I'm Angela H. Brown, Executive Director of Craft Lake City. Today we're producing fun science videos for Utah students at schools in partnership with Google Fiber.
Hi, I'm Melissa from Make Salt Lake, a makerspace here in Utah. I'm so excited to be here today with Craft Lake City and in partnership with Google Fiber. Today we're going to talk about conservation, specifically conservation in ways that you can get your hands dirty and play around at home while you're protecting the things found in nature. In this context, conservation means reducing, reusing, and recycling. And it's something that's really important for protecting the planet and the environment and the ecosystems that we're a part of. You can practice conservation today, tomorrow, this week, and this month in your own house. It's really easy and it's actually pretty fun too. So let's get started. So some examples of ways that you can practice conservation at home include things like looking for products that have biodegradable packaging or that reduce the overall amount of packaging. Because the more things you're throwing away, the more things are being put into the environment in a way that takes a long time to break down. So you can do that with packaging. You can practice it every day by using a reusable water bottle. You can even cover it with stickers and make it your own. Or things like purchasing products in bulk and using reusable individual sized containers. So like cleaning supplies, for example. If you buy just one giant jug and then you refill your spray bottle over and over again, think about the number of bottles that you just kept out of the landfill. It adds up really fast. Another way that you can do this is by practicing composting at home. I don't know about you, but sometimes I procrastinate cleaning out the fridge for a long time and stuff gets kind of gross, huh? Do you have anything nasty in your fridge right now? So you can actually take those items and instead of just throwing them away, you can compost them at home and turn them into healthy, nutrient-rich soil that you can use for growing new plants. Pretty cool, huh? Compost is an example of a non-living thing that's a part of the cycle of matter. Let's take a look at it. The cycle of matter is basically a circle where living organisms eventually die and then they break down through decomposition, which returns their nutrients back to the soil, and then those nutrients can be reabsorbed by new plants so that they have what they need to grow. So the nutrients that have gone into the compost, that have been broken down by those decomposers, are now in the soil. And soil, as you may know, is one of the important things that allows plants to grow. Plants need their nutrients from the soil. They take the energy from the sunlight, and they also need water so that they can grow and be healthy. Speaking of plants, did you know that some plants have actually been cloning themselves for millions of years? Crazy, right? But you can actually create clones of plants in your own kitchen. You want to find out how? It's called propagating. When you go to the grocery store, you actually bring home a lot of things that are plants. These are some green onions that I used on some food that I cooked just a few weeks ago. I found that every time I was bringing home green onions, which I love, they would start to go bad before I had a chance to use all of them. So green onions are something that you can get at the grocery store that still has the base of the plant with some of the roots intact. So when I bought them, they had these short little stubby parts they'd been cut off, and then these ones have been in water for about 2 to 3 weeks now. And you can see that they've started to grow brand new roots, and I cut them off at the top of the glass. Look how much new plant has grown. That's enough green onions for like so many tacos. Yum. And all I had to do was take those green onions and put them in a glass with a little bit of water down at the bottom. If you want them to last as long as possible, it's also a good idea to take them out of the water every couple of days and rinse them off, because you do have those dead roots there as well, and you want to make sure that those don't start breaking down and decomposing. Some other examples of plants that you can regrow in water are things like bok choy, fennel, leeks, cabbage, lemongrass, celery, and even some other kinds of lettuce. So one of the easiest ways that you can clone a plant is by taking what's called a cutting. Basically, you're just cutting off one piece of a healthy plant, and then you can grow it in water or directly in soil. And before you know it, if you take good care, you're gonna have a whole new healthy plant. Here's a little bit more information about how to do that. Basically, you just want to identify the right part of the plant, and you're going to snip off a piece. These are samples from a climbing vine that I have at my house. Once you've snipped off the piece, you're going to look for these little nodes or nodules along the stalk of the plant. I removed some of the leaves along the bottom half of the piece that I cut so that those nodes were exposed without leaves. And then I just took a flask full of water and I put them in the water so that those nodes where I took off the leaves were fully submerged, but healthy leaves were still above the line of the water. It's actually going to have the exact same DNA, the exact same genetic material. In a lot of ways, it's the exact same plant, even though it's going to start a whole new separate plant. So these are a few great examples of fun and easy ways that you can contribute to conservation efforts right from your own house. It's important for every single one of us to take care of our planet. If you're ready for more ways to learn about how you can reduce, reuse, and recycle, check out craftlakecity.com, and we'll catch you next time.